Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boscheman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the new moon that's coming up on February 9th, 2024. So we're going to take a look at each life path number to see what energies may surface around this illumination and see how to best work with them. Of course, before we do that, I just want to mention that this is a general reading. If you would like a personalized reading where we take a look at your own personal numerology, I would love to work with you. You can book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. Life path number 5. So you all are going to be working with the energy of the 6 for this new moon, as well as owl energy. So there's definitely something here about having a deeper conversation with someone. And it could be about, having higher standards, right? Lowering your expectations, but having higher standards. And what I mean by that is, if there is an area in your life where you find that you are sacrificing yourself, where you're always showing up to the connection, always giving, always presenting in the same way, but not getting a lot in return, and feeling like, starting to feel resentful or starting to feel like you're being taken advantage of, feeling like you're not respected in that situation. It doesn't necessarily need to be that the other person is intentionally showing up in that way, but it's just if that's how you're feeling, then that is the indication or the sort of the spotlight being shown on the area where you need to have better standards, right? Where you raise your standards and you lower your expectations. And that's going to require some kind of conversation, right? To let the person, to be, first of all, be very honest with yourself about what it is that you need. Then being very honest with the other person and giving them the opportunity to show up in that way. And if they're not capable of doing that, which is fine, right? Sometimes, depending on whatever the other person is moving through, they're not able to meet us where we need them to meet us. And if that's the case, then whatever the solution is that the two of you come up with is the solution. But with 6 energy and owl energy, there's something that's trying to bubble to the surface to be dealt with. And with 6 energy, it typically has to do with family, friends, partners, or your close-knit community. So there's likely something here where the truth is trying to come out, but you might kind of keep pushing it under the carpet, or the other person might be doing that as well. So this could either be a time where you need to sort of cut through the illusion. And in order to do that, you need to be very honest with yourself about how you feel, what you need, and being very honest with the other person. And that 6 energy is going to sort of push that out of you. You could also find that someone comes to you at this time and wants to have a deeper conversation about how they're feeling. And it might catch you off guard because you might not realize that you've been showing up in that way, or that you haven't been showing up in the way that they need you to show up because they haven't communicated that to you. And once they do communicate that to you, then you can decide if it's a situation that you can continue to show up for or not, or if you can make adjustments, etc. But with owl energy, there's definitely this energy of like seeing through the shadows, right? Seeing clearly even through the illusion, right? Even though it's kind of like not taking things at face value. And with the 6 energy, it forces us to face the truth, right? It brings the truth to the surface, and then we have to decide how to deal with it. And the example that I always sort of use is the 6 will bring the elephant into the room and will not remove the elephant until the elephant is dealt with, right? So whatever your elephant is, and usually it'll be with, another person, typically with 6 energy. Not always. It can have to do with, your own self-love and, how you're showing up to yourself and how you're treating yourself or how you're allowing yourself to be treated. All of these things can kind of come in under a 6 cycle to be dealt with, to be moved through, to be adjusted in some way. And so usually if it's dealing with another person, there needs to be some kind of communication. There needs to be some kind of honesty that is communicated, right? And then some kind of solution, whatever that solution may be, will come from that conversation. Sometimes it's uncomfortable because, either they're not able to show up the way that we need them to, or vice versa. And obviously that can mean parting ways, or that dynamic changes in some way, which can be difficult, and there can be grief associated with that. And so you would need to, of course, move through that as well. So this is gonna, I think, gonna be a theme for many of you. Now, for some of you, it could be that, with owl energy coming through, there's a spiritual component here. There's a very a very almost psychic, right? But it's very metaphysical, spiritual, right? So it is possible that for some of you, because this is combined with a 6 energy, and 6 energy is the vibration of love, this could be a time when you find a partner or you meet someone, right, that's very significant in your life and will be for quite some time. You could move in with a partner. You could, take things to the next level. You could get married. You could adopt. There could be major changes within your home environment that feel very fated or very destined. And with owl energy, again, there's just this, and 6 energy combined, there's this feeling of you're walking down the road and you feel like this feeling of going into the coffee shop. So you go into the coffee shop and you meet the love of your life, right? It's that kind of synchronicity, very magical kind of energy that's kind of at play here. So, I would say for some of you, this could be that call to take things to the next level, or you meet someone who has a tremendous impact on your life moving forward. And it doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It could be a friend. It could be, a pet, you name it, right? But this is really beautiful energy in that sense. It's beautiful energy even if it brings up, the need for the conversation and honesty as well. But there can be this very serendipitous sort of magical air, swirling about around this new moon for some of you. So yeah. This could be some fun times for you all, 5s as well. So yeah, just what I would say is with this energy, just make sure that if there's an area within your life that you feel like you're being taken advantage of or you have resentment around, that you approach it. You have that conversation with that other person, because a lot of times things are not always as they seem, right? And sometimes a conversation can clear up a lot. So I hope it's a great new moon for you all, 5s. Take care. Bye for now.